Hey, what's up guys, Rado here with Dirt and Iron. Today we have this 2019 KTM 300 XC again. This video we changed Lectron carburetor to Keihin with JD jetting, and we would like to compare these two carburetors and see how they feel, what's the difference, what's the advantage of this one and what the advantage of the other one. So initial feeling, it does feel a little more snappy from the bottom, just a little more responsive. Let's hit this little single track and see how it feels. Some good neighbors put a bunch of rocks on the trail to make it more interesting for us. Thank you. Second gear low RPM was pretty good. Oh, this one is the bike handles really nice. The suspension, and it's very nimble and light. So much fun on this bike. Just came back from a ride. Man, what a fun bike. I had really fun riding this single track. I was trying to go a little bit faster, and a couple times I got into trouble because I'm breaking in this new Tech 10 boots, and they're still a little bit stiff, so I missed the rear brake a couple times. I had to really pay attention to hit it. So a few times I was a little bit late in a turn, but it was all good. I had a lot of fun. Alright, so let's talk about the carburetors here. This bike comes stuck with Mikuni. And I don't have experience riding this bike stuck with a Mikuni, but what I've heard from the owners who have this bike and who are changing them to different carburetors is that there is a little bit of the gurgle, the hesitation in like a transition when you go to mid-range, and they just don't like that. It's possible to fix it, but it's also probably easier to just get different carburetors. So people who can afford it or can just have different carburetors, they will put in either Lectron or Keihin into these KTMs. Now I had it with Lectron for some time. I put maybe like 5-6 hours on Lectron, and now I have it with a Keihin, and I'm able to compare these two carburetors and see what are the differences. First of all, it's a great bike with both carburetors. It wasn't a huge gap. It wasn't like, wow, this is so slow and this is super fast. It wasn't nothing like that. The Lectron is definitely a little more smooth. The bottom power is there, but it's not so abrupt, it's not so quick. It's still there, it pulls nicely, and it has a very nice linear transition. So if you are the guy who likes a little bit, the ride a little bit smoother, Lectron will really make you happy. I didn't feel that it's lacking power. It was a little bit less responsive, but it has power in the mid-range, in the top, so still Lectron delivers. Plus Lectron gives you that luxury that you don't need to touch it, you just plug it in, and from 0 all the way to 8,000 elevation, you should be good to go. I have Lectron on my KTM, and I ridden it in 0 down at San Diego, then I went up to like 6,000, and it was still the same bike. It still feels exactly the same. So that's a really good point about the Lectron. And next good point about the Lectron is that it gives you a little bit better fuel mileage. So if you are going for long rides, with a change of elevation, Lectron is definitely something you can look into. Now let's talk about Keihin. Keihin is a cheaper option. You can get them for around $300 with JD Jet kit. It comes with needles and also with the jets directly from JD Jet. You can get them on their website, or Satco also selling these Keihin carburetors, and they work great. They've been here for a long time, and they're really good carburetors. And on this bike I felt that it has a little more punch from the bottom, and it was just a little more fun to ride. You know what I mean? Like when you go on the gas, it was a little more responsive and pulled a little bit stronger. It still had a very linear pull. I didn't experience like a huge change in like the hit in the mid-range, like when you go on a pipe. Maybe a little bit, but nothing too big that I would say, yeah, this is so much better than Lectron. So Keihin definitely has more bottom. So if you are on this kind of trail like I was today and you want to be like hitting the throttle when you go like that, the Keihin has really nice bottom. You can be a little bit in a wrong gear, in a different gear, and it still pulls all those hills. So you know, they're both great carburetors and they both deliver. Now if you are the guy who rides single track and don't change elevation too much, and like myself, you know, I usually ride around 4,000 and my rides are like 2 hours the longest, or maybe 3 hours, so I don't need to have extra fuel. I can just go with one tank with Keihin and have fun all day when I do my riding, because I ride like 2-3 hours. But if you are the guy who goes whole day from morning till the evening and you're changing elevation a lot, then Lectron is something that you should probably look at. I had fun with both carburetors. I don't really know what is my favorite. You know, both has pluses and minuses, you know, pros and cons. Both are great options. Lectron is a little bit more expensive, Keihin is cheaper and a little more responsive from the bottom, so I guess a little more fun to ride, but they are both great options. So you guys, depends what kind of riding you do, you can choose, and maybe even stay with Mikuni, do a little modification. I heard there are a lot of guys doing certain things into their slide, and they are getting rid of that little gurgle in the, you know, in the mid-range, so even that could be a good option. So for now, I think that's about it from me. You know, happy that I had another chance to ride this bike with a different carburetor. Just a little bit different feeling, but still, bike feels amazing. Definitely, these two carburetors have their market. They work great. They're both powerful, and I had fun with both of them. Alright guys, I think that's about it for today. You make your own decision which carburetor you want to put on your brand new bike. I think they're all great products. And don't forget, whatever you do, stay motivated. See you guys later.